guys, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. I know we are very close to Christmas, and there might be some of you out there who are still needing to get a couple gifts, or maybe a friend or a family member or a party or something has popped up on your schedule and you didn't get a gift for them yet, and you need to pull together a gift quickly. I thought I would share what I'm doing this year for my homemade presents. So every year I do a homemade gift for our immediate family and some of our extended family, and each year it kind of varies. Sometimes we've done ornaments, we've done photo gifts, we've done different types of crafts, different types of just DIY alternatives to like recipes, like pantry mixes and stuff like that. This year we did a mason jar craft, and I absolutely love the way it turned out, and I wanted to share how to make it. So what we're making is actually a Kleenex holder, a really cute mason jar holder for your tissues. If you've already got your gifts for this year, then maybe go ahead and keep watching and you'll get some ideas for next year. Let's get started. Welcome to Food Prep Guide. My name is Jordan. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3, living on 3 beautiful acres with my wonderful husband. A health crisis forced our family to change the way we think about food. Unfortunately, it also put us in financial hardship. Thankfully, the solution to both challenges was the same: to live off the land as much as possible. For us, that means growing a garden, preserving the harvest, raising chickens, and cooking from scratch. It's definitely a family affair. And friends, too. Meet Stacy, researcher, author, and lifelong learner. She entered the world of food preservation in the crazy days of 2020. She joined a gleaning co-op, and a local grocer offered her clearance produce in bulk, and so the adventure began. Together, we're reclaiming the old ways of food stewardship and teaching them to the next generation. If there's one thing you should know about us, it's that we love Jesus and seek to steward his blessings wisely. Our table always has room for one more, so y'all come join us. Okay, let's discuss what we'll need. So first you're going to need your mason jar with a lid, or a ring, excuse me. You're not going to need the lid, just the mason jar with a ring. Some sort of paint. I do recommend spray paint because it is just so much easier, but you can absolutely use regular paint if that's what you have on hand. I really like the chalky finish type of paint. You'll need a box of tissues, doesn't matter what brand. And then these two things, or excuse me, you'll also need a paint marker. And whatever color would complement whatever color paint you have. I chose this kind of beige off-white color to pair well with the gray and the teal. So that's, you're gonna need scissors and, oh yeah, a piece of this like a thick cardstock paper. You could even use cardboard if you need to. This is just, you'll see in a minute, it's just the insert that's gonna go inside of our ring, like in place of the lid. And it just needs to be something thicker than just regular paper, but this is cardstock paper and it worked great. And that's all you absolutely need, but just to jazz it up and make it extra cute, I did end up using some burlap twine, and I found some flowers around the house, some fake flowers, and I ended up using those too, and I love the way it turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the method that uses the burlap and the flowers, but you can eliminate that if you want to. So truth be told, I already painted my jars before realizing or remembering, oh wait, I wanted to film this. So I already painted my jars. Here they are. And let's talk about how they turned out. So this is the teal, of course, and this is the gray. If you notice, this one is pretty smooth and this one is really textured. This was an accident, but I think it was a happy accident because I kind of like the texture of it. I think what happened was, so these, when I painted them, I let them dry inside the house, which is of course a room temperature or temperature controlled environment. But these I let dry outside in the garage on a day when our temperatures decreased down to freezing and below freezing. And I think that cold temperature on the jars while they were drying created this pattern. But I think it looks really neat. I hope the camera can kind of pick that up. It's nice and textured. It almost kind of looks like it was done on purpose. So that's just a tip. If you like this kind of textured look, it's not uniform by any means, but I think that's okay. I think it adds character. But if you like that textured, maybe consider letting your paint dry outside on a really cold day And if you want it nice and smooth, go ahead and let them dry inside in a room temperature environment, okay? So let me grab one of these gray jars, slide these off camera, and we will work with this one for now. So the next step after painting your jars, oh yeah, the only tip I would share as far as painting your jars is to make sure that they are not only clean, of course, but also lint-free and dust-free. Any kind of dust or lint or anything like that is it's gonna mess up the paint job, so to speak. Of course, you couldn't really tell on this one because it turned out textured, but you'll just want to make sure they're dust-free and lint-free. I also, when I was painting them, I dried them upside down, and when I took them off of the cardboard box, there were some paint chips. And what I did is I went through with an X-Acto knife, and I just did like put the knife on the rim and did like that to get the paint chips off of the rim and make that nice and smooth. So the next step is to take your paint marker, whatever color you've chosen, and we're gonna write "bless you" on it because it's a tissue holder. And what do you say when people sneeze? You say "God bless you." It's just a really cute little phrase, I think, to make this mason jar just really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake up my pen and make the "bless you" on here. Test it, make sure it's working good. Yep, working good. Okay. Let's see if I won't mess this up. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I'm going to go ahead and use pencil first. Kind of stencil it in. I'm going to do kind of like a little bit of a cursive writing. That texture is going to make it a little hard to not have any oopsies with the paint job, but oh well. Okay, there's "bless." That looks pretty good. I'm going to come down here and stencil out "you." I did try stencils for this, and that is an option, but I found it really difficult to get the stencil to lay flat, and then I realized it would be so much easier if I just use a paint marker, because then it's just like working with the pen and I could write it a lot easier. So that's what I switched to, and I liked that process a lot better. So let's go over this "bless you" with some paint. First, let me get the little hair off. I don't want that on our jar. Okay. Can you see that? Yes, okay. By the way, if you're a friend or family member in real life, you should need to turn off this video and not watch it. Because you're going to see what your gift is. Kind of too late for that, huh? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Just going over it just a little bit more in places that didn't turn out very vibrant. Okay, so there's our "bless." I'll come down here and do "you." Oh, it's peeling up right there. That's what happened. See that double line right there? Had a little piece peel off. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can go over that. Fill that in. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I want to do an exclamation point over here. Okay, there's our "bless you" little message. And I'm going to let this dry just for a second. It dries really fast, so it'll probably only take me 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll be back to show you how we finish it up. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and trace out the circle that we need. I'm going to try not to touch the paint, although I'm pretty sure it's dry. But I'm just going to get a pencil and trace the ring at the top. and make our little insert. I'm going to cut that out. Okay, for this next step, I'm going to go ahead and get my cutting board over here because we need to use a knife to cut an X in the center of this hole. And I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, even though I hate these things, but it's the best tool for the job. So we need to do an X because this is what our tissues are going to pop through. Now I'm just going to kind of pop these up just a little bit so that our tissues don't have any problem coming out the top. Okay. Just like that. Now we're going to set that aside. And now we're going to add some cutesy type things up here. So first I'm going to just take some of these flowers, find some that look the best, because these are very old flowers, so they don't all look fantastic, but I'm going to go ahead and snip off just two little buds. And then I'm going to get a piece of string about 2 feet long, although I don't measure, just kind of eyeballing it. And I'm going to start wrapping it around, and I want it to have equal, the strings to be equal, like that. And I'm going to do one wrap around to start. That's going to be a little difficult if I don't have a helper here. I usually have my daughter, puts her finger right here to help me not drop these little flowers, but I'm going to try and do my best because she's not here at the moment. So if you have a helper, that would be best. But basically what we want to do is just tuck those stems in underneath the burlap string and let our burlap string hold the stems in place. That's basically what we're trying to achieve here. And then we're just going to continue wrapping the string around, making sure that those stems are good and secure. It looks like they are. Oops, I got a petal stuck under there. Let's get that out. Yeah, okay. Nice and secure, and then we're just going to tie a bow in the center of the jar, right above the bless you message. Right above. Tighten it really good, making sure those stems are completely underneath the string. And I'm just going to tie a little bow here, nice and tight. Okay, here we go. So let me scoot this bow over a little bit. Okay. So as you can see, the burlap and the flower really isn't completely necessary, but I think it just makes it so cute. And it just makes this Kleenex box holder kind of double as home decor, and that's kind of what we're going for, because as much as possible, I'd like to give people something or make something homemade that is actually usable, you know what I mean? Not going to end up in the trash, but I don't know. We'll see. I think these turned out really cute. I've already made a couple of them. Okay, so at this point, we need to load it up with Kleenex. So I'm going to open up the Kleenex box, and I'm going to be paying attention to the top. So I'm going to open the whole box. But here is the opening, the first tissue, and I'm going to pay attention to where that first tissue is. So I'm going to take it out and have it be, making sure I'm holding it the same direction. I'm going to get out about that many Kleenexes. Put these to the side for now. I'll fold that guy underneath. Okay. So now we're going to fold it in half like this and keep this top tissue up and out of our fold. So we're folding it in half, short ways, and keeping that top tissue up. Now, still keeping the top tissue up. Whoops, I just knocked over. Okay, there we go. While we still have the top tissue up, we're going to fold over. We're going to fold them this way, keeping this top tissue up like that. Okay, so top tissue is up. All the others are full. Hold on a minute. Yes, okay, just make sure I did that right. Yes, okay. And now they're going to go inside our jar. I'm going to just stuff them down in there. I may have used too many. Yep, I did use too many. Let's take this out a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take just a few of these out. Fold that back over. Okay, folding short ways like this, keeping that top tissue out. And then folding this way again, still having this top tissue out. So, fold, fold, top tissue out like that. Now let's try and stuff it back in. Yes, okay. Leaving this out. Now we're going to take that little insert that we cut a little X in, put it inside of our ring, and screw it on with the tissue, pulling the tissue through the top. There we go. And there is our super cute mason jar tissue holder that says bless you. I hope this was helpful to y'all. I hope you get a chance to make these either this year or next year. It's a wonderful way for, if you are into food preservation or canning, you have plenty of mason jars laying around. And it's just it's an inexpensive way to make some gifts, but also it just looks really pretty, and I think it can double as home decor. And that's it, y'all. In case I don't have a video again, Merry Christmas from Stacy and I. Thank you for being part of the Food Prep family. We hope you have a wonderful family and cherish it with your family, no matter what kind of plans that you have. And remember the reason for the season, Jesus Christ coming as a baby, born into the world, fully man, fully God, to die on the cross to save us from our sins, being sinless himself. We thank him for it. Merry Christmas. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.